Welcome to Menopause Diaries Unfiltered. I'm Jackie Grant, your host, with over a decade experience of working with women peri to postmenopause, helping them to lose their next 15 to 20 pounds without calorie counting, restrictive dieting, or spending all their time in the gym with natural solutions. I deliver menopause workshops to councils, adult learning services, community organisations, and the National Health Service across London, whilst running a CIC, community interest company, that I deliver and host my own menopause and women's health cafes in my borough. So this is Menopause Diaries, their podcast where we get real about menopause, the weight, the mood, the sleepless nights, the wins, the hard days, the good days, unfiltered, unscripted, and unapologetic. So today's guest is Patricia Elliott. She's a functional health practitioner and founder of Lifecycle Healing. Welcome, Patricia.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
It's great to have you. So, Patricia, tell me about your menopause journey.
Sure. I'm going to try to condense this. So I was around 46 and I started to exhibit rage and which is super out of character. And like the bottoms of my feet were hurting really bad. My sleep was being disrupted. I was having really bad gut issues. And
Mm,
I just immediately was like, oh, this has got to be perimenopause. Um, and I went to the doctor and they ran a number of tests, found out actually that I had mold toxicity. So I then was able to pinpoint that my now husband and I had rented an Airbnb on the coast, on the east coast of the United States. And I was sick the whole time I was in it. So then I'm like,
mm,
oh, there must have been mold in that house because he was fine, but I was physically ill the whole time I was there. And so then we did further testing and realized that my hormones, which should not have been postmenopause range, were in the postmenopause range. So like literally over the months of having been exposed and the mold kind of just taking seed in my body, it had tanked my gut, it had tanked my hormones. So I was literally at postmenopause range with my hormones like within
wow.
months.
Wow.
So, yeah, we had to take action. My doctor was a little concerned about osteoporosis and, like, the bone density aspect of estrogen dropping that fast. And since osteoporosis runs in my family, she's like, we have to start you. I am a candidate for hormone replacement. And so she was like, I think we need to get you on it as long as you're okay with it. And
Mm,
um, within days, my foot pain went away. So that's when I was able to make the connection that the lack of estrogen was impacting my feet.
that's so mental.
Yeah. Like it's something that like I started doing research. So I'm in a lot of menopause groups because of what I do for a living.
Yeah.
And a lot of women have foot pain and they don't make that connection.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
But I mean, it's so weird because it was the bottom of your feet. I hear women saying, aches and pains all over, legs,
Mhm.
whatever, but literally the bottom of your feet. That's what you
Right.
could really hear. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Which is so mad, isn't it?
It 100%. Like it was one of those things that like my now husband could tell when I was having a bad foot day because I would walk like I was like almost 100 years old, like I was
Mm,
shuffling because I couldn't place my foot on the ground because it just was so sore. And within 2 weeks of being on the estradiol patch, the pain was gone. It's completely insane. And then in these groups, I'm starting to realize the amount of women that have that pain and they have no idea that it
mm,
could be the lack of estrogen in the body because there are a lot of women and they should have the right to choose if they want to go on BHRT or not, and a
yeah,
lot of people want to go a natural route, which is
yeah,
100% fine,
yeah.
right? But I noticed for me, um, as soon as I got on progesterone, my sleep was better.
Mm.
The foot pain went away. My hip pain went away too. So I know that that had to, and that had been going for almost 10 years, the hip pain.
Oh, wow. So you had hip pain as well.
Yeah.
And so as soon as you had estrogen, the hip pain went as well.
Yes.
Wow.
I no longer have my hip pain. So, and that's why it's so important, I think, to get the message out that every woman has the right to decide if they want to do it. But the benefits, there are a lot of benefits, like the cardiovascular aspect and
Yeah,
then just the joint pain. Like I am literally joint pain free at this point.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
That is so amazing. And because you were saying about the mold, and
Yeah.
that was impact that you first found out that. So,
Yeah.
in terms of that, what have you had to do to kind of
Yeah.
overcome the mold?
That is a good question. And mold is something that I think is a lot more prevalent than a lot of people understood. Like until I was exposed to it, I had no idea like how prevalent it is. So the first thing that people have to do if they suspect mold is do get a mycotoxin test. It's a urine test, and it'll look to see the mycotoxins, which are the toxins that the mold emits. Um, and if the levels are high and you're showing symptoms like it could be fatigue, it could be sleep, a lot of it is digestive issues. I would immediately, like what I had to do is make sure that my detox pathways were open. And so I was doing things like jumping on my mini trampoline, my
Mm,
rebounder, getting on a vibrational plate.
mm.
Um, I would dry brush. I actually have it sitting right next to me. I looked right at it. So I dry brush a lot. And I also have supplements that I take that help with liver and kidney, right? Because I need it, like, it's really important to make sure that your system is able to eliminate. So if you are not
Mm,
going to the bathroom every day, you have to make sure that you're going to the bathroom at least once a day.
yeah,
And I speak to a lot of my clients about preferably it should be 2 to 3 times a day, which
yes,
when I
it should
heard
be.
that, I was like, that's mental, like two
Yeah.
to three times a day.
Yeah, but the thing is, what people don't remember, right, is like, so even if, right, you thought about it, like when you had a baby, they were going every time after they ate. So
Yeah.
that's what I always say to people. That's normal. Always
Yeah.
shit, weren't they, babies?
Yes. Yes, 100%. And that's why, like, when I work with people, especially the ones that have been exposed to mold, oftentimes they are constipated.
Mm,
And oftentimes, like myself, like I have another autoimmune, right? So I not only did had the mold, but I had an autoimmune, and so I had some health challenges, which will get in the way of nutrient deficient. Like you'll get a nutrient deficiency, and then if you don't have the right nutrients, then your body can't do the things that it needs to do,
that's
right? Which
right.
is so elementary, but I wasn't connecting the dots, like
Yeah.
because you don't think clearly, whether it be menopause, whether it be mold, whether it just be because you have a nutrient deficiency or an autoimmune or what have you. So it's really important to start with the foundational support and make sure your body can eliminate, but also be able to do it consistently.
Yeah.
And then that's when you can start a detox. And the detox can be very different for a lot of people. There are harsher ones, and I don't recommend those.
No.
And then there are others that, like you want to break up biofilms and you want to take herbs that are breaking up the mold and then binders, to so the all the toxins in the body are going to the binders, and then that's when you're peeing and pooping it out. So, it's a process, right? And so I thought I
Mm,
was going to be able to detox in 1 year.
mm.
It's been 3 years. I
Wow.
have not retested yet,
Mm.
but I feel great. So that's why I'm like, I just got married this year, so I didn't want to
Oh,
retest right before.
yeah, yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'm getting ready to retest and then just kind of shift what my plan is based on that. So,
That's amazing. That's amazing. 3 years and you're
yes.
still detoxing.
Yes, still detoxing. And like I know people like especially if they have challenges with their lymphatic system or their detox pathways, that puts a really big burden on your body,
Yeah,
And so that's why I'm like, there are a lot of people that are like, oh, just support your detox pathways for a month. Mm-mm. It's several months, right?
yeah,
Because you need to make sure that everything is moving. Your body is smart. Your body knows what to do, but it also knows what to do to protect itself, right? And so we need to make sure that we're giving it what it needs so that it can get rid of the things that don't serve you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've been recently doing lymphatic drainage massage, and it's
Yeah.
so good. It's just, I mean, I had one years ago, and I don't know why, but it seemed to hurt. But this
Yeah.
lady is amazing. That first time I thought, I said to her, I didn't even finish the session. I was like, no, it
Oh,
was just,
yeah.
it was just hurting too much. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? But this
Yeah.
time, and I've been to her regular over the last few weeks. It's just been perfect. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I completely understand about you saying about opening up the detox pathways, making sure everything's
Hmm.
moving around and all that, and especially when you're in menopause, because a lot of things can get stagnant in your body. So you need to be
Yes.
shifting that, shifting it all out, and getting those lymph nodes open and everything like that.
Right.
I completely get you on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
so what symptoms are you still getting, if any, in terms of menopause?
Okay, so in the United States, we're having a real big shortage on the estradiol patch.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
So when I can't get my estradiol patch, sometimes I'll go a month without an estradiol patch, which,
Oh,
as we
wow.
all can imagine, is terrible, right? Like if you're trying to stabilize things and you can't because
Yeah.
it's, on back order, my foot pain comes back. And then it takes 2 weeks of wearing an estradiol patch for the foot pain to go away. So
Mm,
that that's been a little bit of a challenge over the last 7 months or so. But besides that, I'm not really having any symptoms at the moment. Like I used to have hot flashes when I was in my 20s. And
mm,
then when the mold happened, I was getting them and they were super intense. And if I got really overheated, I live in the Midwest. It gets really hot here.
mm,
And um, if I got overheated, I would like get faint.
mm,
Now I don't have any of those symptoms at all. Like I don't even have hot flashes at this point. And I really was expecting to have hot flashes because my mom did.
mm.
And I don't have anything right now. But I think it's because I started stabilizing things. Again, that was right for me with my journey. But I started to try to get numbers. They're not optimal. I'm trying, right? But it's really hard to get your hormones optimized, especially when you're in perimenopause.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the best I can, but so far I feel as long as I can consistently stay on, um, you know what? I'm going to take that back. We're starting me on testosterone soon. I'm
Okay.
waiting for that because brain fog. But the brain fog could be my autoimmune, it could be the mold, it could be peri. So there's a
Right.
couple different things that it could
Yeah.
be, and so my doctor does think that maybe the testosterone. So that is the one symptom that I still
Right.
battle with.
Yeah. That's why you forgot it, right?
Yes, yes, so true. And I'm very excited about starting the testosterone aspect. So we'll see. Like, like I have some friends that are like, "Oh my God, you're taking testosterone." I'm like, guys, like all of us, women and men, they all have estradiol, progesterone, testosterone.
Exactly. We just have smaller amounts than men. That's all. Do
Yeah, right.
you know what I mean?
Exactly. So I am kind of excited to see how that helps with muscle composition because I do lift weights. And then the brain fog, because the muscle composition has been a challenge over the last several years,
Mm,
with trying to get it to build.
mm.
But so we'll see, how that, the journey is still underway, but I'm hoping that it'll alleviate some of the brain fog.
Brilliant. So, as a functional health practitioner, what would you tell yourself, your younger self, about menopause?
Don't be scared of it. I was terrified of it. I was like, oh my gosh, like it's like going through puberty all over again,
Yeah, yeah.
And it is, but it's not scary. It's just part of life, and there's a community out there that can help you. And don't be afraid to ask for help. Like you
Mm,
don't have to do this alone.
mm, mm.
So I think that would be what I would, the advice I'd give myself.
Brilliant, brilliant. And where can people find you, Patricia?
Sure. So I am on all the socials under Lifecycle Healing.
Mm,
So TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I post a lot of educational content on those. I am starting a YouTube channel as well. It'll be Lifecycle Healing. And my website is getting ready to launch, which is lifecyclehealing.net.
brilliant, brilliant. Thank you so much for being a guest today. It's been
Thank you.
really interesting to hear about your journey. Thank you all for watching and listening. If you have any questions for me or my guests, ask them in the comments, like and subscribe. See you all on the next episode. Take care and bye.